What made you pursue a career in modeling first and foremost?
Oh, okay. Well, that goes back to when I was probably about 10 years old. Had my first modeling job. It was with my mom actually. We did we did like a little campaign for Schottenstein's, um, and I remember I came out of the dressing room, and my mom sat in one couch, I sat in the other. We were advertising like sofas or something, and there was this big popcorn bowl in the middle of us. And I just remember like I kept eating the popcorn. I wasn't supposed to because it was only for the shot. And I just kept eating the popcorn. They had to keep refilling it. And then just looking around and seeing the cameras and just smiling, just it's something I knew that I wanted to do.
That's funny. Have you ever looked at that shoot recently? Like, when the last time you seen it?
I can't find it.
I'm about to say, you have to reshoot it.
I know. Yeah, I can't find any images or anything. Yeah.
I wonder if she got it. What do you love the most about modeling at this point?
I would say I really like the way it makes me feel. Like being in front of the camera or you know, doing some type of acting. If it fulfills something in me that I just love. Like I love to be on stage. I like to be the kind of center of attention, I guess you can say. And yeah, that's what I love about it.
So did you already have the confidence, or did it build confidence being in front of the camera more or whatnot?
Well, definitely being in front of the camera is different, I think, and like in the different self-confidence world, you know, because you can have self-confidence, and then when a camera comes on you know, it's a total different world. But I would say growing up, I had a lot of self-confidence. And then being in front of the camera, I developed more confidence in myself.
No, I definitely can understand that. I just have seen some people, when the camera's on, they light up. Then off camera, they won't even be as confident, or vice versa, you know?
Yeah,
so I didn't know if that worked for you like that.
It's really two different things, but it was easier for me to go into the modeling and acting because I had self-confidence before. But yeah, it's definitely different than being in the camera and then when camera's off.
Being on set and whatnot, or talking to friends, have you known anybody that suffered with self-confidence that's actually in modeling? And I don't know if you talked them through something or helped one of your friends do a shoot or whatever the case is. Have you ever seen that in modeling?
Yeah. I have a friend who's just now getting into it, and you know, they have all this self-confidence in the world, but when they start to take pictures, they look very kind of uptight, you know what I mean? And you can kind of tell that they don't have a lot of confidence. You know, when you see an image, you can tell, oh yeah, that person has confidence. You know, when you see like a Dior campaign or you know, like a Gucci guilty with the guy's face on it, you know, they always keep the picture that you could tell that this is confidence. And kind of coaching him through that and letting him see how he looks on camera, then he's like, okay, yeah, like I look like I don't have any confidence at all. Then you show them images of, you know, what it should look like. And, you know, being in front of the camera, it's all about practice and repetition. You know, I think it can get there with anyone, really.
Oh, that's deep. What was one of the tips, if you remember, one of the tips that you gave him to be more confident on camera?
Okay, so, that's a good question. One of them was to kind of view the camera as something else. So like maybe it's not a camera, maybe it's a person of interest. You know, put her face on that camera as if you're, you know, talking or looking at them. And I think that helped them out a lot.
That's a good tip. That's a good tip. What is something that you dislike most about modeling?
I think it could be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very superstitious. It could be very superstitious, and sometimes it could be unhealthy. You know, I went to agencies back in the day, you know, years and years ago, when they would say, you know, I need to eat more, or I need to lose more weight, My abs need to be more toned. Things of that nature. It can, if you don't know how to process it internally, I think that it could really hinder you. You know, because then you're going to be all the time worrying about your physical appearance, and it doesn't help. You know, in my opinion, it can just be very, very superficial in what we view as beauty in society.
Now, that's very deep. So how important is, not to get back to the self-confidence, but to touch on what you just said, how important is it for somebody to have self-confidence getting into this game where you get picked apart by agencies or people, and it tend to, you know, I guess you would feel, I guess, less self-confidence, and that's when you get people to start changing and look like somebody else opposed to being themselves. So really, how important would it be to have a backbone and confidence to get inside this particular career?
Oh, it's super important. It's super important. You have to have a strong backbone, because you're going to get criticized up and down, to everything, to a piece of strand in your hair, to, you know, how much weight you have on you, your muscle mass, your body fat percentage. You have to have a strong backbone to be able to take criticism and you know, turn it into, you know, a positive thing, and don't let it eat you so much inside to where, you know, you feel like you have to change everything who you are and who you want to be.
Have you ever had it happen to you where you had to collect yourself? Somebody said something and it started eating at you, and then you was like, wait a minute, you know, I got to check myself. This is who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I've been told I'm not good enough. And of course it was like a reality check. You know, is this something I want to still pursue? You know, do I go back to school, or, you know, do I pick up another career? Like, is this for me? And yeah, it could definitely be a big reality check, for sure.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.